thought it was important to pull all of those things together. You notice Minister Munu was quite careful in not re-invoking the name of Brian Mogotsi, but that is who we understand he was responding to in terms of that query from General Mkhwanazi. So the question is, and also based on the statement that we got from Minister Munu today, he now admits to knowing Mr. Brian Mogotsi, but insists that he's just a comrade, not an associate. In your view, does this contradict his earlier denial? Is it enough to warrant a perjury investigation or criminal charges against Minister Munu?
Thank you very much. No, so obviously, I mean, I've received the clips from all over, and this statement today makes matters even worse because it seems to be a clear contradiction. And it obviously is forcing a lot of people to go back to what was said originally in the Portfolio Committee. We're obviously looking at it and what the different remedies are. From a certain perspective, I think it would warrant a ethics inquiry at Parliament as well. But we will have to look into that. This just adds more fuel to the fire after what we've seen over the past weeks. You know, it's important for context also that we don't only look at what General Mkhwanazi said on Sunday, but what was happening in the previous weeks with regards to crime intelligence. There's a much bigger fight going on here, in my opinion, on the inside. And it's going to have to be a very, very thorough inquiry of some kind to determine exactly what is going on.
When you say it's a much bigger fight on the inside, just explain what you mean exactly, Ian.
Sure. So I personally think that there's a bigger fight about who controls crime intelligence environment. I think there's a bigger fight with regards to access to the Secret Service Fund. It's something that has been going on for many, many years. It's over a decade that it's this to and fro. I've got no doubt that there is significant political influence from all over the spectrum. I also don't think that it's just the current allegations regarding political interference, but that previous stakeholders could also play a role in that. We must never forget the different factions that have been touched on through the years with regards to crime intelligence. You had the likes of a Richard Mdluli, who still has family working in the crime intelligence space. There are many, many names of senior police officers, whether they are still in the South African Police Service awaiting trial or that were previously in that environment that I think, you know, have significant question marks around it.
All right. I mean, I want to sort of delve deeper into the significant political interests because we're in a phase, Ian, where South Africans aren't going to be satisfied with euphemism anymore. We need names, we need receipts, or as clear as some of the allegations that were made or revelations that were made on Sunday with names and connections that police are specifically thinking about. So I want to, I don't know if you can, just besides Richard Mdluli, who was in crime intelligence, but when you talk about significant political interest, can you name names as to who you're exactly thinking about?
So From what I've heard already is that there are questions regarding the previous Minister of Police, Minister Bekele, what role he is playing in it, exactly which faction who belongs to, I'm not so sure. I'm also unsure about whether this is linked to factionalism within, specifically within the ANC, or whether it is elsewhere. The reason why I'm careful of just naming and listing things is because there is an inquiry looming into this. And I think it's very important that we make sure that we're as objective as possible, that when we get to the point that there is some kind of an inquiry, we are able to really dig deep and get those details for the public. If we push some of it prematurely, I can tell you now that it will cause significant damage to a lot of these investigations. And if anything were to end up in court, it could mean that evidence, as well as testimony by certain people, could be disregarded because of premature sharing of information or premature naming of certain matters or persons.
I want to go back to the first question and the statement that was released today by the Minister, Ian. As you say, it would warrant an ethics inquiry, but I just want to know if it's explicit in Parliament, in the committees in which you sit, that lying or misrepresenting the truth or crimes of omission are considered to be criminal offences. And if the provisions are as clear as that, what immediate action should be taken against the minister?
Yeah, so first of all, it's the ethics part that needs to happen. It needs to be confirmed that he did or didn't lie, and then it would warrant a criminal procedure to follow. Lying to Parliament is a criminal offence, and the relevant process needs to follow. So there's no doubt about that. Remember as well, and I see many of the committees have started doing this, that when they ask or engage in any form of interrogation or question or any form of engagement, they remind those that they are engaging with that you are officially under oath in Parliament. So lying there is a criminal offence. So certainly that is something that will most likely happen.
So what would the charge be specifically? And as South Africans, I mean, should we not expect that to happen almost immediately?
No, we should. I mean, look, there's no charge that happens within an hour. So once again, like from my side, for example, we've pulled all the video clips. We've looked at everything that was said. I've asked for the minutes of those meetings as well. I'm awaiting them. I've asked for all of the relevant information as well as from this past Sunday. So I don't jump within an hour just for the sake of jumping. But yes, I think things will definitely happen within the next few days as well. You must also remember that the Speaker is going to guide what the terms or frame of reference is for any form of inquiry further that we have asked about, as well as a legal opinion from Parliament, because this is such a vast issue. It's not just related to only the minister. There's a much broader matter ongoing to this.
And part of an ongoing conversation as well. Ian, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate your time. That was the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee on Police Chairperson Ian Cameron. As you heard there, the statement is a clear contradiction of what he said in Parliament, and it would warrant an ethics inquiry. Criminal procedures should follow.